Chair, RB, guests. The last year has been one of angst and despair, of there, but for the grace of God, go I, of realizing that if this is not safe, I must tell managers, this isn't safe. There has been frustration and anger at a punitive regulatory body that seems to have no grasp on the reality of modern medicine. That sees any error or lapse as an irrevocable erosion of public confidence in the profession. 2 years ago, Welsh Council brought to our attention a matter before the GMC of gross negligence manslaughter. Meeting with the Crown Prosecution Service, the medical defence organisations and the Chief Coroner of England and Wales led to a workshop with the CPS and the Royal Society of Medicine in October last year. The workshop explored subjects such as clinical practice under the threat of prosecution, the role of expert witnesses, what happens when a doctor is referred to the GMC, the coroner's perspective, and recent developments in the law of gross negligence. It was obvious that the growing number of doctors being investigated and prosecuted for GNM in recent years has led to a culture of defensive medicine. Recent high-profile cases of doctors being convicted of GNM have led to a review by Sir Williams, Senior Clinical Advisor to Mr. Hunt. The committee led the BMA's submission. We were pleased to see the review's report, published on the 11th of June, had taken on board many of our recommendations. The GMC review, led by Dame Claire Marks, asks 42 questions about GNM and, in Scotland, culpable homicide as applied to medical practice. The committee is now leading the BMA's response to that. Our work has driven home the need to persuade not only the decision makers, but from searching media spots, the public, that this is not doctors getting away with murder, but learning from our mistakes, not having a chilling effect on the delivery of care, but a better outcome every time. If doctors are driving the ambulance of care along a cliff edge at 70 in the driving wind and rain, further pressure is not likely to get our patients to journey's end more often. We all want a good outcome every time, but despite our best efforts, not every passenger will make it. The MLC also led the work on the BMA's response to the Sentencing Council consultation on manslaughter guidelines. Our response clearly stated that the police and the CPS should be encouraged to investigate any failings within the organisation prior to making a judgment on an individual who might be charged with GNM. Finally, we continue to provide courses, training and networking opportunities to experts via our report writing and courtroom skills courses. The annual Expert Witness Conference took place on the 23rd of March and looked at issues such as the do's and don'ts of medico-legal reports, communication and courtroom skills, and bias in reports. The conference attracted over 130 delegates and provided good networking opportunities. Our courses and conferences, the Treasurer will be pleased to hear, provided a small surplus for the organisation. In conclusion, the MLC will continue to work closely with all the stakeholders and ensure that the voice of our members is heard on all medico-legal matters. I want to thank the members of the committee for their hard work during the last session, but in particular, I want to thank the committee executive officer, Rina Zapata, whose workload has been titanic this year. Without her, our influence would have been diminished.